Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to issue 101 and also 102 of Build the Terminator.
The Terminator, week by week, built the T-800, the killing machine that defined a generation. Easy to build with high-quality metal components. You can control sound, lights, articulated limbs, and LED eyes, and explore the Terminator universe. Build the Terminator, issue 1, just $1.99.
So guys and girls, welcome back, and we're now at the last two issues I have for March, so we're on 101 and 102, and as I mentioned in the last video, I'm going to be connecting the foot to the lower leg today, and also I'm going to be starting to work on the chest plate. So we're actually finally moving on to his torso, and also we're doing a few little details for the head, so some little components there, which I'm going to show you again after when I show the parts before we start. So this is getting really exciting now. At the end of this video, I'm going to show some clips, stills and videography of the Terminator standing up with a few parts and accessories that I've bought. I've got CPU, I've got two guns, plasma rifle and Gatling gun, and also some ammunition, so it's going to be pretty cool. Haven't done any weathering yet to him, and I also haven't painted one of the guns, the Gatling. I want it all black, which I will be doing at some point before he finishes. But I'm going to show you nonetheless how he's looking, and you can really start to gauge how far I've come in over 2 years basically. So guys, without further ado, let's get started. Right guys and girls, so as you can see there are quite a few parts, but they're just big really, so there's not too much to do with them. But for issue 101, so first of all we've got the right and left chest panels here. So like I mentioned, they're plastic. You've then also got a couple components for the attachments. So I believe the smaller ones here, so they are 101.3, that's the component. They are the 4 sockets, so we've got 4 of those, again being plastic. These larger ones here, these are, let me double check, they are the chest attachments, so again being plastic, you've got 2 of those. You've also got with this issue 1.7x6mm PB screws with 1 spare, and you also need obviously the Terminator and the foot from the last assembly, because we're going to use one of those little screws to attach it to the leg. So that's what you've got for issue 101. Moving on to 102. So we've got the chest casing, so that's the large plastic part there, so it's pretty big. You've also got 2 quite large springs, obviously they're going to go through the actual chest plate and under. So you've got the large one, and you've also got the smaller one there. These little plastic components I mentioned, these are the head details, so they'll be going on the head. And then you've also got a little washer, or a large washer, sorry, little metal one. And again, with in terms of the screws, they're lying around somewhere. You've got 2x6mm PB screws, and that's all you need. All you need for today is some glue and a screwdriver, and that's it. Okay, so steps 1 to 3, we're going to be connecting up the foot to the lower left leg. So what you want to do, the back of the heel, this part here, or the ankle, needs to be facing outwards, so you can see it on the other foot anyway. So you just copy what you've done before. You just thread that through. Once you've done that, you'll see there's a screw hole, and all you're going to do is just to line it up, and then you're going to screw in the little screw, which was the, I believe, the PB one. So I'm just going to grab one of those now. I've got my little PB screw, and I'm just going to secure those 2 together now. Okay, once you've done that, for steps 4 to 6, you're going to be taking the end of these sockets and putting them on the backs of the heels. So there's a little, you know, ball, how can we say, just a little 3 balls, and they actually just slot onto there. You'll have a little click. So you can do that each one. You hear that click. So that's all nice and secured now. So then taking component 101.4 and 3, so they're the chest attachments. Like I said, you're going to take 2 of the caps and you're going to pop them on the end of those. You just need to apply a little bit of pressure on there until it clicks. So there you go, that's clicked. And then you can do the same for the two smaller chest parts as well. So you're just going to pop on those caps on the end of those. Hopefully they won't break. So there goes, the first one's clicked. Let's do the other one. Nice and simple. Okay, so for steps 7 and 9, what you're going to do, you're going to take the actual chest plates So these parts here, and what you'll see, so I'm going to flip it around so it's facing me for a sec. There are two holes there, and that's where you're going to put those chest attachments. So the middle one there, that's where the larger one goes through, and then the smaller one goes on the outside of it. So you actually need to put a little bit of glue on these to secure them into place. I'm just going to do that now. Just put some glue around the ridge of them, and then you can do the same for both sides with all four chest connection parts. So that's the first one into place. You probably heard that click. Just going to do the other one now, so it's the smaller one, remember. And then I'll do the other one. And that, my friends, is this issue complete for 101. So not a great deal to do, but nonetheless, the foot's connected, so that's pretty cool in itself, because that's another leg done. So all the limbs are done. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so that's how it should be looking. I'm just going to do the other one now. Okay, and there you have it. That is the first part of the chest complete. Right guys and girls, now for the fun part, issue 102, and we are working on steps 1 to 8 first of all, the chest casing. So what you want to do, the two chest panels, they are actually going to be put onto the actual chest plate. So within these grooves, that's where it will slide through, and then it just slots in. So you need to make sure you've got the right side. So I'm going to play around with it first, and then make sure that I've got it the right way. These chest parts will be facing outwards, so that's quite self-explanatory. So I'm just going to play around with it to work out which side is which. Okay, so after a bit of faffing about, that's how it should be looking. So it just slots in like so onto the outside. So once you're happy with that, you just need to super glue it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'll do the other side as well. Okay, once you've affixed and super glued those parts, that's how it's looking. So I did it off camera because it was actually very fiddly, guys. I didn't waste time watching that part. So I super glued it into place, and now that's done. So let's move on to steps 5 to 8. Okay, so with the chest plate, you will see on the side there are two holes. So I'm just going to show you there. You can see. So let me spin it around a bit better. You can see those two holes right there, just there. That's where we're going to be threading the springs through. So they need to be going through there. So I'm going to thread those springs through, and then we're going to secure them down into the inner part, in the back part of the chest casing, for the with the washer and the spring. So for this, you need to put the smaller one in the smaller hole first. Just going to thread that through. And there are two little ridges for these springs to sit on, so they need to be on those parts, because obviously the washer is going to go in between to stop them from moving. Just thread that one through first. Just going to push it down into there. Now I'll do the bigger one. I'm just going to flip it around after to show you. Obviously be careful of these springs, because if you pull them too much they actually spoil quite badly, so you've got to be quite careful of these. So it happened with the springs on the hands, on one of my hands. I think it was the right hand that I damaged a little bit, so you can't see it, but these ones you will be able to see. Okay, I'm just checking that they're both the same length. Yep, happy with those. Okay, so once you've done that, that's how it's looking inside. You're going to take the washer and the little screw, which is your PB 2x6mm, and you're going to put that over the washer, and then there's a little screw hole inside, and that's what we're going to secure that into place with. So that's going to separate those two springs in the middle and keep them in place so we don't lose them. Okay, so my apologies, I had to do this one off camera again because it was very difficult to film it whilst trying to get that bloody washer on there. So you can see where it is now. I've put the screw on and that's holding those springs in place. They're overlapping under and over. So that's that part done. Now we can move on to the final step, which is working on the head components. Okay, so steps 9 to 12, the final parts. We're just taking these two little pegs, which are going to be attached to the side of the head here. All you're doing, literally, you're just super gluing one end of it, and it's going to hang down from there. So I imagine, obviously, another issue, we're going to actually get something to connect that up to when we fuse the back of the head. Because as you can see, the back of the head's still not finished, so they've left that till last, as expected. Because once that head's fully fused, I can hook up all the motors and get everything sealed in. You can see all the exposed wires there. And that's how we're then going to have a motorised head. Well, not a motorised head, but the jaw will move, as you know, and a few other bits and bobs will happen. The lights will come on the eyes and whatnot. So I've just popped the right one in now. Now I'm going to do the left one. And that just goes in the back there. A little bit of super glue. And just hangs down. So at the moment it kind of looks like he's got some earrings. So it's just there. I will zoom in a little bit on the video so you can see that. But guys, that is that issue complete. So everyone, that's issues 99 to 102 complete. We've now done the chest plate, we've put some accessories on the head, and we've put the last parts of the left leg together, and now all limbs are complete. So I'm really happy and ecstatic about that. In a moment, I'm going to stand him up with some accessories so you can kind of get a real feel for him. Obviously, let me know what you think, guys and girls, whether you're making the Terminator or you're just watching it anyway. What do you think how he's looking, and anything you think I can do to modify him separate to my own ideas. It's been quite a challenging one today, more fiddly than I thought, I'll be honest, in all 4 issues. But nonetheless, it's done. So I'm going to quickly show you what's coming next, then I'll show you the actual Terminator himself. So in the next issue, we're going to be working on the chest again, so we're continuing that. It's actually going to be attached to the Terminator. I'm going to temporarily place it over so you can just get an idea of how it's looking. It won't be fixed, but it will be over him so you can kind of get an idea. But I really loved today's videos, even though they're a bit harder. Guys, if you did like the video as well, as always, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications for all my future uploads. Don't forget I'm building the Iron Man Mark III as well now, and I've got some new issues coming soon, just waiting for the next delivery. Should be any day now. Once that's here, I'll get cracking on that. So let's have a look at the Terminator. So slight change of plan. I'm not actually going to show you all of the accessories because he's actually still a bit fragile. So I don't really want to risk playing around with him too much, just in case something falls off, you know, breaks and whatnot. But there you go. So there he is. I'm just going to spin the chair around a bit so you guys can see a bit better. So you can see he's quite substantial. There are all the legs. And the guy's a big guy, you know, but he just doesn't feel 100% okay to like not support him at the moment. So obviously some people have got their own mods, they've got like these special poles and supports, but I'm going to have to wait until the actual base comes where he stands on, because that's going to support him, because at the moment you can see he's a bit top heavy, so he's been working the upper body too much and not doing the legs. So I'm going to show you the chest plate and the other accessories as we get close to the finish. But I need to also make some adjustments to the fingers because I've got a couple fingers here that keep falling off annoyingly. That's one of the worst things about this build, I will say. They're shit, to be honest, and I need them to be good to hold onto the gun. So that's still to come. I need to fix these a bit better. Get that chest plate on, you'll see in the next issue. And then if I'm happy, I might stand him up. If not, I might make you guys wait a little bit longer. But there's only 18 issues left now, so there's not many left at all. So soon, I promise, you'll see him in his full glory, and we will be at the end. So guys, if you did like the video today, as always, please remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe and share, and hit that bell for future notifications. And until next time, I'll see you soon.